All right, welcome. Today we're doing something really cool. We're going to take this, a bare metal server, basically just a box of hardware, and transform it into a powerhouse virtualization host. You know, something that can run a whole bunch of operating systems all at once. This is the absolute first step, the foundation for building your own private cloud, or maybe the ultimate home lab. So let's dive right in.
So, you might be asking, what exactly are we installing here? Well, it's something called a hypervisor. Think of it like this. It's a super specialized operating system designed to do just one thing, and do it really well: run other operating systems. We're using VMware's ESXi, which is what's called a Type 1 hypervisor. That just means it sits right on the bare metal, directly on the hardware. There's no Windows or Linux getting in the way. And that direct access, that's the secret sauce that makes it so incredibly fast and efficient. It's how we turn one physical box into a playground for tons of virtual ones.
Okay, first things first. Section 1, preparing your tools. And just like any big project, a little bit of prep work up front, getting our blueprints and the materials ready, is going to make the whole thing go so much smoother.
And really, that prep work boils down to just two simple but absolutely essential steps. First, we need to get our hands on the official ESXi installer file. It's called an ISO. And second, we're going to use that file to create a bootable USB drive. That's it.
First up, let's grab that digital blueprint. You're going to want to head over to the VMware portal. You'll have to create a free account, but it's quick. Once you're in, find the downloads. Now, the key here is making sure you choose the ESXi version that's actually compatible with your server's hardware. Once you've found the right one, download that ISO file and just save it somewhere you can find it easily.
Now, this is where we basically forge the ignition key for our server. It's actually pretty simple. We take a plain old USB drive and turn it into our installer. You can use a free tool, a super popular one called Rufus. It's as easy as this. You pop in your USB drive, you tell Rufus where to find that ESXi ISO file we just downloaded, and you hit start. That's it. In just a minute or two, your bootable installer is ready to go.
And now, it's time for the main event, the installation wizard. We've got our USB drive, we're prepped and ready. It is time to bring this host to life. All right, time to get our hands dirty. Go ahead and plug that USB drive we just made into your server. Now, restart it. As it's booting up, you gotta be quick and press the key to get into the boot menu. It's usually something like F12, escape, maybe the delete key. Once you're in that menu, just tell it to boot from your USB drive. And boom, there we go. If you see this welcome screen, it means everything worked. Your server successfully booted from the USB, and the installer is loaded up and ready. Let's do what it says, and press enter to kick this thing off. Okay, next up is the classic End User License Agreement, the old EULA. Feel free to read it, but at the end of the day, the only way forward is to hit F11 to accept.
Okay, listen up, because this next part is, without a doubt, the most critical decision you're going to make in this entire process. I'm not kidding. The system's going to scan for all your storage, and it'll show you a list of drives, SSDs, hard drives, you name it. This is where you tell ESXi where it's going to live.
So, let me be super clear here. You want to install it to your internal drive, your SSD, your hard drive, whatever you have inside the server. What you do not want to do is install it to the USB drive you're installing from. That is the #1 mistake people make. Remember, the USB is just the temporary tool, not the permanent home.
Phew. Okay, after that big decision, we get a nice and easy one. Just confirm your keyboard layout. The default is US English, which is probably what you want. Just hit enter and move on.
All right, it is time to forge the master key to your kingdom. You need to set the password for the root user. This is your main, all-powerful administrator account. Pick something strong, confirm it, and please, for the love of all that is good, write it down somewhere safe. You will need this.
You'll get one last confirmation screen. Just press F11 to confirm the install, and it's off to the races. You'll see this progress bar start to fill up as all the files get copied over to the drive you picked. It's actually happening. Your host is taking shape.
And there it is, 100%. That is a beautiful sight. It's that moment you know all the core files are in place and the main installation was a success.
And we're done. The installation is complete. But wait, before you get all excited and hit enter to reboot, there is one last super important thing you have to do. You need to physically pull that USB installer drive out of the server. Seriously, if you forget, there's a good chance the computer will just boot right back into the installer and you'll be stuck in a loop. So USB out, then press enter.
And here we are, the final phase. Your host is live. This is the payoff, the big moment where we get to watch our creation boot up for the very first time.
So after the server reboots, you're going to see this screen. This is called the Direct Console User Interface, or just DCUI for short. Think of it as your server's dashboard. But the most important piece of info on this entire screen is right there, the IP address. That's your golden ticket to managing this host. Your ESXi server is officially online and ready for action.
Now for the final step, taking control. Go to any other computer on your network, open up a web browser, and just type in that IP address you saw on the screen. You'll get a login page. The username is root, and the password is the one you just created. Type those in and hit login.
And you're in. Just like that. You've done it. You've taken a piece of raw hardware and turned into a legit foundation for virtualization. The hard part's over. Now the real fun begins. So I'll leave you with this. Your foundation is built. What are you going to create first?